Well, a very good afternoon to you and you're welcome to the Friday edition of NewsBeat here on Metro TV. Coming up in this bulletin. The President, Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings, says his government is committed to protecting the public purse by ensuring proper value for money as he commissioned the four-tier $94 million Kumasi interchange in Accra. CEO of State Transport Corporation Nana Konadu has asked family of the late social activist Ibrahim Kaka Mohammed, who killing by assailants sparked a protest to rescind their decision to appear before the committee of inquiry set to look into the matter. And former Special Prosecutor Martin Amidou responds to what he describes as childish and a response by the Minister for Justice Godfrey Dame when he quizzed on his performance on Metro TV's Good Afternoon Ghana. Wall Street's main indexes fell sharply at the open on Thursday in a spread of COVID-19 Delta variant cast doubts over an economic recovery that will come up in business. And police in Haiti reviews a hit squad composed mostly of retired Colombian soldiers assassinated Haiti's President Jovenel Moise earlier this week, 17 arrested. You're welcome back. The news is live from the Accra studio here at Northridge. Now, in our first story, the managing director of the state transport company, Nana Konadu, appealed to the family of the late Kaka, who was murdered in his house by unidentified persons in Idra, to rescind their decision and appear before the Commission of Inquiry to answer some few questions to bring perpetrators to book. This was said on Metro TV's flagship program, Good Morning Ghana.
They are listening. We would urge them to rescind their decision. They lost a valuable member of the family, so naturally they are traumatized and they are emotional. The country stands in solidarity with them, especially in getting to the truth of why their family member was killed, finding the perpetrators and ensuring justice. The whole country stands with the family in this aim. And this committee's work is the first step in achieving that aim, identifying in an organized manner what led to the death of their family member and who possibly could be behind that death. So, whatever misgivings they may have, unless there is another alternative in unraveling the circumstances behind the death of their family member, I think they should go and appear before the committee, especially if they have useful information that will lead to the unraveling of the circumstances.
Still on that story, meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Samnet George, who was also on Good Morning Ghana, says it is not surprising that Kaka's family do not want to testify. He says bad nuts in the security services are always shielded when it comes to issues of misconduct, finding excuses and loopholes to skip punishments.
But the work of the commission has not inspired belief that they are being unbiased.
Okay, it's a committee.
The committee, sorry, that they are being unbiased and that their work is to unravel the truths and the circumstances that led to the death of Kaka and the other two individuals. That is where the problem is, and it's not a problem that you can fix by word of mouth. Because Randy, even if they appear before the committee, right now publicly, they have come out to say they don't trust the committee. If they appear before the committee, people are also going to ask why. What has informed the change of heart? Who has seen you in the evening, or what has influenced this change of heart? Because the same committee, we've seen the work of the committee. And so it's unfortunate that the committee has actually brought itself to a place where it is not just the family of Kaka that has a problem with the committee. So the committee has put itself in a very, very difficult position where the work they are going to produce is going to be looked at with a certain frame or with certain lenses. And it's unfortunate because we really needed to see what this and see an impartial and unbiased inquiry into the deaths of 3 Ghanaians. But I don't foresee a national acceptance of the committee.
Well, President Nana Akufo-Addo says his government is committed to protecting the public purse by ensuring proper value for money. According to him, his government has expended only $284 million to construct the Pukwase, Tamale and the Obechebi Lamte interchanges, compared to 2016 compared to $216 million spent by the NDC on the Kwame Nkrumah interchange alone. He made these comments as he commissioned the 4-tier Pukwase interchange here in Accra.
Committee on Roads and Transport, Member of Parliament for Trobu constituency, the representative of the President of the African Development Bank, the Chief Director and officials of the Ministry of Roads and Highways, Simpi Manche, the Acting President of the Ghana Traditional Council, Pukwasi Manche, Nime, Name, Wilomai, members of the Diplomatic Corps, residents of Pukwasi, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll join Henry Akwesi-Bedu, who is with the president currently, and to give us some more reports. Henry, if you can hear me, let's see, or let's know what's going on there as the interchange has been opened.
The commissioning of the 4-tier interchange here in the North Municipal Assembly or the municipality. As you've heard, or you heard the president say, there have been some concerns on who actually got the funding for the 4-tier interchange here at Pukwase. We've heard Member of Parliament on the side of the minority say that they were the ones who got the funding in 2017. So when the president was speaking on the podium, said that, yes, of course, it may be that in 2017, the NDC got the funding, but his government turned, the fortunes of the interchange around by changing it from a 3-tier interchange to one of a 4-tier, which came at no cost. We also heard the sector minister, that is the roads and highway minister, Mr. Amoako, also speak on the podium, and he also made mention of the fact there have been some concerns of road accident on the interchange just because it's new and it's quite complex. But according to him, he is working around the clock, that is his ministry is working around the clock with the National Road Safety Authority and also the Ghana Police Service to avert what he describes as needless accident. So I'll be joined shortly by David Adontin. He is the Director of Planning from the National Road Safety Authority, to speak to him briefly and get the safety measures that have been put in place on this complex interchange as it has been described by, so as to avoid needless accident. Mr. Adontin, you're welcome to NewsBeat live on Metro TV.
Thank you, my brother.
All right. So my simplest question to you is, how are we going to ensure that accident is reduced to the minimum or its barest minimum on this road? We've already seen people complain about how complex this interchange is. What are the plans put in place by your authority to ensure that accidents, if even it occurs, are being reduced to its barest minimum?
Yeah, thank you very much. And I must say that we thank the government for this facility. As we are aware, the National Road Safety Authority, in fact, this particular section of the road was one of the black spots. We used to have records of deaths and injuries and damaged properties and all that here. Now,
you say before the interchange was constructed?
It was a black spot. Okay. It was a black spot because we're recording so many crashes here, deaths and injuries and property damages. Facility, we are convinced that that particular problem will be a thing of the past. But the good thing is that we have been involved from day one, where we're working with the engineers, with the Department of Urban Roads, Ministry of Roads and Highways, suggesting, giving them directions as to where we should concentrate in terms of the crashes and so on. We have used statistics. We are database, so we're giving them the data, and they have constructed this particular facility in line with our directives. We have been here before the opening today. We have been sensitizing the people in terms of the use of the facility, because the facility itself will not reduce the crashes or the deaths if we as individuals or users do not be disciplined and don't use without the directives. And so we have been here, we have sensitized the people. We have gone from house to house. We have talked to parents to talk to their children. We have gone to schools, talked to children and the teachers. We have also spoken to traditional leaders. We've had engagement with transport operators around, engagement with pedestrians, and then traders around here that this facility is unique. As you said, it's complex. But if you are able to follow the directions that we have put in place, maneuvering and navigating your route and your direction will be easy. All we need to do is follow the directions. Look around. The line markings, the signage, the billboards and the signboards are all around, and it is the work of the National Road Safety Authority in collaboration with the engineers, and that this facility has been made available for all of us. Please, we advise that having come this far, now it is the use that is so critical to us. Let us open our eyes. Let us be guided by the rules and the regulations, be guided by the directions and the signs and markings that we have put in place. And I think that it will no longer be a complex issue again in the next couple of days. We have not gone yet. We are going to be here for the next weeks or days so that we will continue to engage. If you look around, you'll still find people missing their ways. And of course it is new, and so you must expect that. But I can assure you that with our presence here, together with the police, very soon everybody will be relaxed. The flow will be stable, and I'm sure we can all benefit from this facility.
All right. The minister, that is Honorable Amoako, on the podium, said that there is an educational campaign that is on social media for people who would want to, get to know where to navigate on this complex interchange, as we put it. But how, for the people who are unable to go onto social media, how are they going to benefit from this educational campaign, or your outfit will be doing that? Yeah,
well, we have done, as I said to you, we have produced this facility, which you see here, okay. And these are posters. Things have been made available by way of flyers, so we have distributed to everybody. We have also pasted them around. We have done billboards of this, if you can see all around. We are also on radio, we're on TV. We have produced what we call animation. Follow the yellow car, follow the green car, and they are on the media space everywhere.
Well, as much as possible, we hope that people will study the landmarks and reduce the number of people who missed their way. We expect that to happen for at least for the next 1 month. But we'll continue and give you some more details in the subsequent bulletins on the interchange that's been opened today. Meanwhile, the Minister for Roads and Highways, Amoako, has urged road users and motorists to study the interchanges education campaign to avoid what he describes as needless accidents.
Despite the project complexities and the intensity of the works, no major fatalities were recorded during the entire construction period. Your Excellency the President, a bridge maintenance section of the Department of Urban Roads has been created to sustain all year-round close supervision of all urban bridges, including this and other interchanges in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, this fourth-tier interchange is a bit complex compared to others already constructed and ongoing in our country. And as you have been informed by the earlier speaker, the representative of the President of African Development Bank, this interchange is unique. And if there is any interchange that should qualify for the accolade of Dubai interchange, it is this one, because this is unprecedented and the first of its kind. I will therefore entreat all road users to study the education campaign on the TV and the social media to be conversant with its usage in order to avoid all needless accidents. Safety has been the core hallmark of this project, and let us all adhere to the directional and all information signs. Ladies and gentlemen, I have already directed the Department of Urban Roads not to tolerate the erection of any unauthorized structure and billboards within this vicinity of the interchange.
You're still watching NewsBeat here on Metro TV. We go for a quick break. I'll be back shortly with some more stories.
Did you know that cloth handkerchief gets dirty and wet after wiping your sweat or blowing your nose with it? Keeping a dirty handkerchief in your pocket or bag is very unhygienic. Reusing it increases your chances of getting sick from germs. That is why I always use Flora disposable handkerchiefs. Flora disposable handkerchiefs is disposable, thus making it a more hygienic option. It's thick and very absorbent. With 10 tissues in a pack, Flora disposable handkerchief is better than a cloth handkerchief.
Mommy, my Flora disposable handkerchief.
Look out for Flora toilet roll, Flora multi-purpose paper towels, Flora table napkins, and Flora box tissues in a shop near you. For both purchases, call Delta Paper Mail on 0243 033 033.
Are you tired as a consumer in Ghana when it comes to issues that confront you as a consumer? Worry no more. Kofi Capito, I'm here to give you the information, all that you need to make sure that your right is protected as a consumer. We have too many laws and agencies that should protect the rights of the consumer. I'm here to give you the information that will help and assist you to get goods and services delivered to you without any worries. Watch the Capito Show on Metro TV.
Welcome back to NewsBeat here on Metro TV. Now we do some more stories, and the Ghana Armed Forces has taken punitive actions against military officers who recently went on rampage on Wa and assaulted civilians over a missing mobile phone. 3 of the officers have been demoted to a lower rank, while 8 others have been sentenced to a 30-day military detention. According to Defense Minister Dominic Nitiwu, the action follows an ongoing work by a 4-member committee tasked to investigate and submit recommendations on the assault of some civilians in the Upper West regional capital of Wa. Now, Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu has welcomed the decision. He believed it will help restore discipline and confidence in the armed forces.
With the exception of the duty officer, all personnel who were on duty on the day of the incident have been charged, tried, and punished as appropriate. The various forms of punishment given to these officers are as follows. Mr. Speaker, the orderly sergeant, who was a staff sergeant, has been reduced to corporal. It's big, 10 years difference. Mr. Speaker, the guard commander, who was a corporal, has been reduced to private soldier. The sentry on duty, Mr. Speaker, who was a lance corporal, has been reduced to private soldier. Mr. Speaker, the trial of the duty officer, who is a lieutenant, will, however, commence on or before Wednesday, 14th July 2021. All the above trials and punishment are without prejudice to the outcome of the subjects under various forms of investigation.
We insist it is not within their rights, neither is it within their power to go a searching for a missing foot. That is wrong, and that we will not accept. But these sanctions, I believe, will allow for some order and send a signal that lawlessness will not be tolerated within the Ghana Armed Forces. So thank you for the swift response. We'll monitor the other outcome and will follow particular outcomes in all the investigations that are going on, including EJRA. The safety and security of our citizens cannot be compromised for anything else. And Mr. Speaker, this Parliament will have a duty as guardian of the fundamental rights and freedoms of Ghanaians, and we should not fail the people of Ghana when there are infractions to the law.
Now, still on security and in relation to what was said earlier by Nana Konadu and Sam George on Good Morning Ghana earlier today, the Minister for Interior has extended the working period for Ministerial Committee to investigate the circumstances that led to the killing of protesters at EJRA from 9th July 2021 to Friday 16th July 2021. This follows a request by the three-member committee of inquiry for another extension of its deadline to enable it to complete its work. Now, there is more in the following desk reports.
Government issued the white paper in September 2019, and in your answer, you said DSP Azugu has been recalled on the 27th May 2021, 2 years down the lane. Why has it taken the ministry too long to recall DSP Azugu 2 years down the lane?
Mr. Speaker, your question was that he remains at post. And my answer is that he is not at the Ministry of the but he is back with the Ghana Police Service. Period. Besides, let me emphasize that by Article 202 of the Constitution, operational matters are the remit of the IGP, not the Minister. You are the Minister of Interior. Yes. Do you know the unit at which Azugu is? And you must answer. Because the Inspector General of Police have no audience in this house. You are the Minister. Tell us which the unit in which he is. I'm not aware of which. Mr. Speaker, the question was alleging that the Azugu was still at National Security. That's the information I have. That is not there. Period. Mr. Speaker, if you want any other information, I do not have that on the basis of this question.
We apologize for the wrong inset, but the video just gone by is the minority caucus in Parliament, which clashed with the Interior Minister Ambrose Derry over the whereabouts of DSP Samuel Azugu, over a former head of SWAT team at the National Security Ministry. This is after he reported to have been recalled by the Inspector General of Police following a recommendation by the Emil Short Commission over his role in the Ayawaso West Wogon by-election. The minority members were unsatisfied with the responses by the Interior Minister that he has been duly reassigned to an unknown office within the Ghana Police Service. And this, however, sparked a heated debate as members demanded to know where exactly he had been assigned to, video of which we just played. Now, let's do some more stories on security in the prosecutor's office, the special prosecutor's office, where responses have come, where former special prosecutor under Nanado's led administration, Martin Amidu, has responded to what he described as childish, a response by the Minister of Justice, Godfred Dame, when he quizzed on his performance on Good Afternoon Ghana to Martin Amidu, the Minister of Justice, in his quest to swerve a question he couldn't answer, decided to sidestep the question to speak about the past and dishonesty claimed credit where none was due him. Before we give you Martin Amidu's response, here is what was said by Godfred Dame on Good Afternoon Ghana.
The total loss of about 586 per year, a total of 17 billion over the period between 2018 and 2030. So I think those are the factors accounting for the termination. And the previous Attorney General, Madam Gregor, recommended termination of the agreement in 2018 on account of the PPA committee report. So her decision was informed purely by the PPA review report and also an examination of other circumstances surrounding the agreement, i.e. failure to attain conditions precedent and what have you. And unfortunately, that determination was adjudged to be wrong by the Permanent Court of Arbitration, which we were subjected to. In any case, the fundamental point is that the termination was necessary. Secondly, relatively, the state was saved more losses.
Okay. So with the decision by the Court of Arbitration in London, what happens next? We've heard you talk about taking this up to the CID for investigations. Right. What is it that you want from this?
I think I mean, if you're a public officer, you're acting in accordance with the tenets of reasonableness, diligence, and sound policy. You ought not to take any decision which will expose the state unnecessarily to financial loss. That is why there's a provision in the Criminal Offences Act for causing financial. It said willfully causing financial loss. And willfully causing financial loss is occasioned where a person takes a decision either recklessly, negligently, or deliberately with the intention that the state will ultimately lose. So the question must be asked as to why a public officer vested with discretion and vested with the nation's resources will enter into multiple PPA agreements which would occasion excess supply when the state was not in need of the power, and also at cost that was adjudged by the PPA committee to be excessive. There must be an inquiry into these matters to ascertain whether the acts of the public officers were deliberate, reckless, or just negligent. And if that is the case, then of course the penal implications will follow.
So then.
Now, let's now hear what Martin Amidu's response has been and is read by the news desk.
Describing the answer by the Attorney General on Good Afternoon Ghana as he, Martin Amidu's attention has been drawn to as childish, he said Godfred Dame, for reasons of immaturity and inexperience, could not even reason that the Attorney General and the President have a higher vested interest. The former special prosecutor further said there were other Attorney Generals who served in that office for less than 11 months, adding times and value standards have changed such that the National Democratic Congress (NDC) could regrettably be part of the parliamentary approval for public officers who do not even know the history of the ministries they were nominated to take charge of. The former special prosecutor said the record which he proudly holds as a former Minister of Justice and Attorney General is to have been the only Minister of Justice and Attorney General in Ghana to have spoken truth to power in fighting corruption in government, discrimination against citizens who are political opponents of the government on purely political grounds, and putting Ghana first by taking the government in which he had served to the Supreme Court and winning those cases depicting the corruption and unconstitutional conduct by the government.
You're watching NewsBeat here on Metro TV. It's time for us to take some business stories, and Kennedy is with us. Ken, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Annie. Up next is business. Stay with us. Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana has appealed to the Ministry of Trade and Industry to intervene in measures taken by the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, which has caused a hike in freight duty. Now, the association appealed to Customs to collaborate and not antagonize the ordinary businessman, importers and exporters as they pursue measures and aggressive drive towards tax mobilization to meet the annual revenue target.
Samuel Asaki, Executive Secretary of the Association, has issued a statement expressing concerns over the surge in freight charges for duty purposes. The statement alleged that Customs, in the face of agitations against the abnormal increment in freight charges, had adopted a new strategy to increase value or duty paid on freights, even though they were not mandated to determine the freight value for the purposes of duty. It noted that freight in the carriage of cargo were subject to negotiation and also to commercial level. Hence, Customs cannot set a benchmark for a freight for duty purposes. The association explained that the current surge in freight was not normal, and this may go away as soon as the imbalance of freight containers are realigned. Hence, the need for Customs to exercise some caution in their newfound revenue-making avenue. The association explained that the current surge in freight was not normal, and this may go away as soon as the imbalance of freight containers are realigned. Hence, the need for Customs to exercise some caution in their newfound revenue-making avenue. They pleaded with the Minister for Trade and Industries, Alan Kyerematen, to intervene on their behalf.
Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has reiterated the need for Ghana to go into strategic partnerships with developed countries to add value to the country's basic exports to improve foreign earnings. Now, he stated that Ghana has exported over $18 billion worth of cocoa to Switzerland in recent times, but the European country controls more than 5 times the value in the cocoa processing market. This, he said, can be reversed through strategic partnerships to enable Ghana, the primary producer of cocoa, to earn significant returns from the commodity.
Mr. Ofori-Atta made the comments after the government of Switzerland signed an agreement with the government of Ghana to provide a €20 million grant to help promote climate change awareness among Ghanaians. The agreement was signed by the Federal Councillor of Switzerland, Simonetta Sommaruga, and the Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Kwadwo Afriyie. The grant will be used to provide solar lighting systems, cook stoves, and encourage reforestation in rural communities of Ghana. Giving her remarks, Simonetta Sommaruga explained that the decision to give Ghana €20 million was aimed at implementing Article 6 of the Paris Agreement, which aims at promoting integrated, holistic and balanced approaches that will assist governments in implementing their nationally determined contributions through voluntary international cooperation.
A new £50 banknote featuring the mathematician and computer scientist Alan Turing enters circulation in Britain 3 months after the Bank of England first unveiled the design.
Turing is best known in Britain for designing machines to decrypt coded messages during World War II, and before the war, his work laid theoretical foundation for modern computer science. Later, he made discoveries in developmental biology. Britain's government issued a posthumous pardon in 2013, and Bailey said Turing had been treated appallingly while alive. Britain's GCHQ spy agency, for whose predecessor Turing worked in World War II, unveiled an artwork in his honor. The new £50 banknote completes the BOE's transition away from paper banknotes to those made out of a more durable polymer or plastic.
The fact that Alan Turing is on the note reflects his amazing legacy. Whether it's solving the Enigma code or helping to solve the Enigma code during World War II, or whether it's having that initial concept of a computer. A lot of this process does rely on computer power these days to make these banknotes, and all of that was made possible by Turing having that initial concept and then in fact working on some of the early computers.
Existing paper £50 banknotes will circulate alongside the new polymer ones until the end of September 2022. £50 notes account for 357 million of the over 4
4.5 billion Bank of England banknotes in circulation. Lower denomination notes are more popular for day-to-day transactions. Let's now take a look at how the city is performing against other major trading currencies and also the prices of some commodities on the world market. That'll be it for business. My name is Kenneth Jesse. Annie is standing by for the rest of the news.
Right, thank you, Kenneth, for the details in business. So you're still watching NewsBeat here on Metro TV. We'll take a break. We'll be back shortly with some more.
In Ghana and in Africa, there is only one place to look to get that luxurious design and decor for your offices and homes. Visit Jamila Home. We give you the climax of luxury wherever you find yourself. Presidential and executive office furniture, living room set, dining set, stunning mirrors, adorable wallpapers, lovely king and queen size beds, valuable antiques and antique goods, beautiful chandeliers and more. Into the bargain, we provide caring customer service, prompt delivery service, skilled and artistic full house design and decor services, and free decor ideas for your space. Our products and service is unparalleled, boasting of top-tier clients all over the globe. Jamila Home, home of first-class quality furniture, beautiful chandeliers, and antiques.
The search for a reliable partner in dealing with your U-turn bus needs has been made easier and convenient with SA Automobile. SA Automobile, formerly U-turn Ghana Limited, has been in the business of offering quality U-turn product and services at competitive rates. At SA Automobile, our team of expert staff, management, engineers, and mechanics professionally deal in the sale of U-turn buses, genuine spare parts, its repairs and maintenance at a highly effective workshop with remarkable speed. We also have available the sale of Camel car batteries, Weichai and Kia spare parts, Zonton coaches and light duty vehicles for everyday movement. Contact us on 020-000-0831 or 054-555-7500. You can also email us info@saautomobilegh.com or visit our website at www.saautomobilegh.com. SA Automobile, the pleasure of doing business with you is all ours.
You're welcome back to NewsBeat here on Metro TV. Now, we're expecting that Hearts of Oak inching closer to their Premier League title. How is that going to go? Phil John Corte is standing by to give us more details in sports.
Well, thank you very much, Annie. We're bringing you the latest in terms of sports. We'll focus on the Ghana Premier League and go to the English capital and focus on Wimbledon. My name is Phil John Corte, the head of the Ghana Premier League match day 33 against Liberty Professionals at the Accra Sports Stadium. Hasselhoff coach Samuel Bodu says the Phobians will go all out to win the 3 matches at 1 point. A win on Sunday will secure Ghana's Giants their first trophy since 2009.
They should keep supporting, they should come in numbers to the stadium
and definitely we are going to take that 3 points.
And have a party, I guess.
No, he said we are going to take the 3 points to add up to our points. We don't know what will happen because it has left 2 matches. So we played match after match. With the Liberties game, we make sure we take that 3 points.
They should expect what we'll be giving them always. They should expect a good performance, and we're giving them the 3 maximum points because we are coming into the game 100%.
From Accra, we're going straight to the Japanese capital, that is Tokyo, and the Olympic torch has finally arrived in the city of Japan.
Olympic torch
think it was an amazing match today from both of us. I had so many chances the first set. Got a bit frustrated there because I didn't make it, but I think she was serving unbelievable today, and also she was in the semi-final, so she had to play some good tennis, and so a lot of credit to her, but super happy how I managed to stay in there and find a way to win.
Close to as good a tennis match as I'll ever play, and I think Angie definitely brought the best out of me today, and it was a hell of a match right from the first ball, and I knew it was going to have to be that good just to compete with her. So I'm incredibly proud of myself and my team, and now we get a chance on Saturday to try and live out a childhood dream.
The Australian pretty lady Ashley Bartley is playing some beautiful tennis. The finals is tomorrow. Just before we go away, let's go to the United States of America and focus on the latest of the NBA. The Suns beat the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 2.
Far too much about schematic adjustments versus about intensity and shot-making adjustments.
Middleton. His runner won't go, and then a Kumpo with the follow. 9 points for Cameron Johnson. Bridges with the steal. Ahead to Booker. One man to beat. Blocked by Holiday. But 8 on the slam as Cam Johnson's hustle kept it alive. Bucks, meanwhile, just 6 of 18. Kumpo lays it up and in. He is dominating right now. The last 13 Milwaukee points. Just tips it out to Crowder. Booker for 3. DeAndre 8 in the rebound. Paul for 3. Bang! On the 24. Paul the drive. Kicks it out deflected. Bridges across the lane. Leans in. Layup. He backs it home. It's back up to 11 with 3.5 to play.
Well, those are highlights coming from the NBA, wrapping up the sports segment of the news. My name is Phil Jungkwati, and guess who's standing by? It's Harriet, the beautiful ladies, bringing you the latest.
You're always flattering me, Johnny. Well, it's time for entertainment on NewsBeat. My name is Harriet Addy. Stay tuned for more. Ghana's most decorated rapper, Sarkodie, has been named as creative director for this year's Ghana Party in the Park event. Your feature hitmaker will be in charge of the overall artistic direction of this year's festival.
The Ghana Party in the Park event is a very recognized entertainment show for the Ghanaians in the diaspora. This year's event is slated for July 24, 2021 in the UK, and rapper Sarkodie has been appointed as the creative director. The goal of the event is to present Ghanaian food, music, art and true Ghanaian entertainment to the global market. The event will see performances from artists like Hamido, Mr. Drew, Yao Tog, Jackie and others. Sarkodie in a tweet wrote, "This year's Ghana Party in the Park will be one for the books, honored to be on board as creative director for the event. Guys, don't miss this." Meanwhile, Sarkodie met with the Asantehene Otumfuo Setutu II at the Menchia Palace as part of his Ashanti regional tour to promote his upcoming album, No Pressure, which was to be released today but was later postponed to July 3rd.
Italian fashion house Fendi has used soft colors and marbleized patterns for its haute couture collection on Thursday, presenting a line of luxurious gowns and outfits. Now, designer Kim Jones said he looked to late Italian film director Pier Paolo Pasolini's depiction of Rome, where Fendi is based, for inspiration. Designer Kim Jones said he looked to the late Italian film director Pier Paolo Pasolini's depictions of Rome, where Fendi is based, for inspiration. He presented a line digitally with a film by Italian director Luca Guadagnino Now in Haiti, a hit squad composed mostly of retired Colombian soldiers assassinated Haiti's President Jovenel Moise earlier this week, police say. Now the group included 26 Colombians and 2 Americans of Haitian origin, Police Chief Leon Charles told reporters. 8 of the suspects are still on the run, while 17, including 2 Americans, have been arrested. Now, the remaining suspects were shot dead during gun battles with the police in the capital, Port-au-Prince. In early hours of Wednesday, a group of gunmen broke into the president's home and shot him and his wife. Moise was found lying on the back with 12 bullet wounds and died at the scene, according to the authorities. Now, his wife, Martine, was seriously injured and has been flown to Florida for treatment, where she is said to be in stable condition. Now, before we wrap up, let's just give you some updates of news coming in now from Parliament. It says that the government of Ghana will absorb 60% of the controversial $28 million loan agreement between the 8th Parliament and the National Investment Bank for the purchase of vehicles for all 275 members of Parliament. Now, the state will also pay the interest that will accrue on the loans to be given to these public office holders under Article 71 of the Constitution. This means both the members of the 8th Parliament and members of the Council of State will have to pay back only 40% of the loans without interest. The MPs and members of the Council of State have been and receiving end of social media backlash after it emerged that the finance minister had laid a loan agreement of $28 million for the purchase of vehicles for MPs. Now, the MPs, some of whom have spoken to Metro News, were unhappy over what they say is a misinformation on the issue, which has created the negative image of them in the eyes of the public, since they will be paying for the loan during the 4-year stay in Parliament. And that's what we have for you this afternoon on NewsBeat. My name is Annie Efua Ampofu, came to you live from the studios of Accra, Boahima. We're back at 4 for News Flash and also 7 p.m. for News Night. Have a good afternoon.